In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to start vlogging.
You got it, you got it, you got it. Love the way you move, we can move in twos. I just need one conversation to show you what it do. We don't need no booze, leave it on the dance floor, cause I might be leaving soon. You can leave with me, although you came in with your crew. We can take it home or leave it here, which one you choose. Baby, let's get loose, show me how you groove, and spark off with a chapter later and go out with a boom. Cause you got it, you got it. You got it, you got it, you got it. You got it, you got it.
So the first tip that I have for y'all on how to start vlogging is to literally just pick up the camera. It don't matter if it's your phone. It don't matter if it's an actual camera. I personally would suggest not buying a camera until you get to the point where you've made the decision that it's going to be something that you're going to do consistently. I personally am shooting off of an iPhone 14 right now. For a long time, I was filming off of my iPhone 11. So, honestly, if I were y'all, I would just focus on actually making the content, and then later on in your career, like your journey, if you ever feel like you're to the point where you're ready to upgrade, then that could be something that could be done in the future. Find your niche would be the second thing that I have for y'all. Depending on what type of content you make, that kind of shapes your audience. So honestly, if I were y'all, I wouldn't necessarily focus too much on trying to find a niche, but just think about something that you would like to base your channel around, like a certain type of content that you would like to base your channel around. Like for me, my channel is literally just real life content. It can range anywhere from like car content to sit down videos to just vlogs and all type of different things. So that would be the second thing that I have for y'all. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I keep looking down at the paper, but if y'all want me to be so honest, that's all I got. So this video is a literal perfect example of what I'm talking about. This video has not really been planned out. There's not much planning done. But I would focus on just doing it. Like, that goes into my next point, which would be find your purpose. A big misconception that I had in the beginning whenever I first started YouTube was doing it for the money. I was doing it in hopes of like making it like a career, like a job. And honestly, that's the worst mindset that I've ever had when it comes to making content. Simply because it takes so long to get to that point that by the time, if that's your only motivation, by the time you get there, you're not even gonna be motivated to do it anymore, if you even get to that point. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think the criteria for that is like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours or something crazy like that. So that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of subscribers. So, you know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like that's a good enough reason that will keep you motivated without losing the motivation. I've had to switch my mindset on it. And when I did that, it definitely did make it a lot easier to do the content consistent. You just gotta do it for the enjoyment of just making content. You have to genuinely enjoy making content, and if you do that, honestly, it'll kind of shape itself into whatever you want it to be. It comes down to a couple different things. Networking would be like my first thing that I would say. If you have a lot of people that know you, or you have a lot of friends and stuff like that that you can share your channel with, and you know, get them to follow you, stuff like that, that's honestly like free subscribers, I guess you could say, because it's already people that know you and you're friends with, things like that. So family as well. But I would say if you have a big range of like friends and stuff like that, network, like, and I think that's pretty much what makes a lot of people have easier like progression with their channels, is simply just the fact that they have a lot of people that they know that they're friends with and stuff like that. Your lifestyle also kind of like shapes into that, because like if you are out and you're meeting new people, stuff like that, it's a lot easier to grow your audience. My next thing is social media. If you have a social media platform of any kind, I would highly suggest, if you're trying to grow your channel, to go and just post updates, all of that, like anything dealing with your channel, if anywhere from like making posts to promote your channel, promote videos, stuff like that. It's also an easy way of putting like collaborations in the works. If you know anybody that's local or not even local, depending on the scale of your channel, stuff like that, or your financial means, stuff like that, it doesn't even have to be local. So, but I can say, like, for instance, I did a collaboration with Kyla. We made a podcast together, and that was simply due to social media, literally. That's how we communicated. That's how it got started and put into the works. Everything was over social media. We did not meet. I can't say that. That would be lying. We did meet before. We used to hoop together and stuff like that. And that's kind of like where the whole idea originated. But as far as like actually planning it out and scheduling and all that other stuff, that all happened on social media. So that's definitely something that you can use and take advantage of. Please do that if you're trying to grow your channel. So I've talked about starting, talked about networking, talked about using your social media, talked about content, like niches. Patience is a big thing that you have to have whenever it comes to creating content. Goals, for example, those are simple expectations. So do have goals and stuff like that, but what I mean by that more specifically is don't go looking for, like, don't use the numbers as motivation to continue going on. I had that problem in the first half of like my recent comeback. I've been vlogging pretty consistently for the past like 3 or so months, I would say. So it's not been too long, but I would have the problem where I would look at like how my videos were doing, the views that they were getting, comments and stuff like that, and whenever you're comparing that to other people or your personal expectations, it's really easy to lose your motivation to keep going. That just comes back to just doing it for all the right reasons. And you got to put trust in God that anything that you will do, and this is not just about content, but anything in your life that you do, you just got to have faith that it's going to become what you want it to do. You just got to have faith that whatever you're going to do is going to work out, and just trust God, bro. I want to bring something up. Don't really think about the content too much, far as like, if you want to make content and having content ideas planned out is what's stopping you from doing it, do it anyway. Like, your first video can literally be my first YouTube video, or something like that. But there's so many things that go into it. I guess another talking point could be like actually making the content. So whenever you vlog on your phone, your camera, whatever you got, You gotta make sure that obviously the basics, like lighting, for example, is a big one. Lighting, sound, and just like overall, like I would say like video stability, meaning that like your shots are just good quality shots. You don't want no shaky content. Nobody wants to watch that. Like, you ever watch a video and there'd be like a lot of wind blowing in the background, stuff like that. You don't really want that in your videos because it can kind of stunt your performance, I guess. But just making sure that your quality is just the best that you can make it. It's not necessarily about having the best quality, because that's kind of a circumstantial thing. Just make sure that you're getting the full potential. That's pretty much it. This is my first time shooting in cinematic mode. And honestly, y'all, like whenever I was setting up the cam to make sure that my frame was right, whenever I set it up and I looked at this, boy, this is looking smooth. You feel me? So I might start filming like this more often. I have another tip for y'all. Whenever it comes to like video, your lens, like your video format, frame, whatever you want to call it, I would highly suggest, and I'll use this phone as an example here for a second. If y'all go to your settings, and you scroll down to where it shows, where's it at? Hold on. Here. If you scroll down to where it says camera and you click on it, you go to record video. I would highly suggest, and a lot of other people do as well, 4K at 24, 4K at 30. I mean, you can do 4K at 60, but it doesn't really, it's not that big of a difference. It just makes the content more smooth. 4K at 24 is usually what they use for like cinematic type, like simple stuff. 4K at 30, that's pretty basic. Honestly, I would probably go 4K at 30 because it's kind of just like a sweet spot. The other thing that I would suggest is whenever you go here to your formats, I don't really know the difference between them, to be completely honest. I guess it's just a file thing. Go most compatible. I personally use the grid, the level, and view outside of frame. Whenever you have the grid on your screen, this is what it looks like. It literally has a grid on the screen showing y'all pretty much what it's looking like, and then the level is the line in the middle that kind of shows you if your frame is like leveled. And then view outside of frame, this is, I can't do a video while I'm on the, but pretty much what this means is the sides here where it's black, it's kind of like see-through. It's transparent, so you can kind of see like what's on the outside of the frame, if that makes sense. There's two different types of content creation. You got content creation where you're actually like planning it out, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna say, how you're gonna film it, and like a script even. You got that, and then you have documentation, which is just literally you recording something in chronological order, documenting something that's already being done. So like, for instance, your day, for example, is gonna happen regardless, and you're just documenting what all is happening in the video or in your day or whatever. Editing, that's another thing too. Don't get stressed out about editing. Don't. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Editing is one of those things that you get better with it with time. It's a practice makes perfect type of thing. So don't stress out if your video, like your editing, isn't as good. I'm gonna be so for real. Sometimes simple is better, and what I mean by that is like literally just chopping up your videos, like cutting out sections that are blank, or like for instance, there's gonna be parts of this video where I'm not really talking or saying anything that makes sense, so I could just cut it out and you don't see it. A couple different apps y'all could use for editing. If you're on iPhone, iMovie is always one of the go-tos. But I personally use CapCut to edit my YouTube videos. It's pretty simple. There's a decent, it's basic. I'm gonna be honest. CapCut is very basic. Unless you buy CapCut Pro, which has a couple different, like, little additives or whatever. Yes. What are you doing? I'm vlogging. Anyways, I'm finna start back vlogging, babe. I love you.
Honestly, I'm ready for December to be over with because I'm tired of this fucking Vlogmas. It takes up.
Hold on. Say that again.
I'm ready for this to be over. This stupid vlog takes up half of my day every day. I'm tired of it. Tired of it.
That's what happens when y'all really be.
Just have my man on the phone with just me while I make Kool-Aid.
That's what happens when you really locked in on Vlogmas, y'all. Yes. What's this? It's an omelet. My mama just gave it to me. Fun fact, I don't like cheesy eggs. I just edit on CapCut. It's pretty simple to use, all of that. Another app that a lot of people like to use is InShot. One of my friends uses InShot to edit his videos. InShot, I've used InShot a little bit. A big thing with InShot that I've never really cared for is the watermark. The next thing that I would say you should really put a little bit of thought into, putting some time and effort into, is your titles and your thumbnails. These are very, very, very crucial. Quality content is what I would say would be the most important thing, because once you grow your audience, they see your content, they like your content, they continue to watch your content regardless of the thumbnail or title. But as far as growing your audience and attracting new viewers, your content, thumbnail, and your title is a very, very, very important thing. Put time and effort into that. I personally don't do that. I personally don't, because I've not really found any, like I use Canva, for example. And editing on your phone with Canva is not the most pleasant experience. I don't really know, like I'm not too, a lot of people make thumbnails, like my friend 3K, for example, his thumbnails, they be lit. I know there's some other channels out there, the thumbnails, like the classic, like there's like a classic thumbnail where it's just like that video, like it's got like the little brackets on the outsides of the frame. It's like the recording or whatever. There's that. There's different styles, but focus on your title more so. The title of your video is important because you're describing the content in not a lot of words. I feel like That is something that I'm still learning to do, as well as the thumbnails. But your thumbnail and your title will definitely make or break your video performance. The quality itself, once you have your audience, the thing about it, once you grow your audience, it does not really matter the content, like the thumbnail or the title, because your audience already knows what to expect from your videos. But like I said, when we're dealing with new audiences and attracting new people to our channels, they're not going to really know what the content is unless they click on it. How are they going to click on it if they don't like what they see? Everybody knows that we tend to judge a book by its cover. That's a fact. So make sure the cover is real pretty. So do not clickbait. That's another thing too that will break your performance very terribly. Don't clickbait your videos. If there's something in your video, or if you're saying something's gonna happen in your thumbnail and in your title, and it does not happen in the video itself, people are gonna click off. People do not like being clickbaited. I'm sure you've had your fair share of clicking on a video thinking that you were gonna see some crazy stuff, and then it's just bro sitting down like I am right now talking. Yeah. But that's all. Without further ado, that's the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoy. Smack that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post bell notifications. And y'all stay blessed. Stay beautiful. I'll catch y'all in the next one.